Hello and welcome to Season 1, Episode 8 of the Two Manager Project. Here we are from the last time we saw you. Bicester still top, 5 points clear with Royal Wootton Bassett trailing behind. We'll start with Bassett's form, which last time I saw you wasn't doing very well. Guess what? February wasn't much better. I think you saw us beat Ardley 5-2 as memory serves, but we lost to Oxford City Nomads, only 1-0, but we still lost, so that's not ideal. Drew with Reading City and managed to get a nice clean 3-0 win over Bishop's Cleeve, which I was quite pleased with. We actually brought on, or started playing Chris Hedsky a little bit more, who is from my youth team. And as you can see, 4 games, 4 goals. Admittedly, I think that 3 of those came in one match, so what do you do, right? But he had a good last match, so he's probably holding on to his spot today. If we have a quick look at the transfers. Why am I not seeing it? There we go, because I'm blind. That's why. Let's have a look at that history, because as I talked about in the last episode, there's been a little bit of interest. I did sign one new player, Remy Knott. He's technically a left back, but I actually signed him as a centre half because that's where we're struggling a little bit. And yeah, he's not, well, he's played 1 non-competitive match. He's been on the bench, but I haven't needed to use him yet. I just needed more defence, that was all. In terms of players gone, I don't think... Tyler Shepherd, I think you knew about. He went on a free to Baldock Town. He couldn't get in the first team, but that was back in August, so you already probably know about that. And Tony King went on the 11th of the 11th to Ainsbury, where he seems to be doing all right. So apparently I didn't tell you about any of that. Oh well, never mind. Okay, if we take a look now at Bicester's schedule, as you can see, they had good results against Wantage and Brackley Town Saints, but drew with Bishop's Cleeve, and of course, as you know, lost to Oxford City Nomads, which was in our last episode. So they've had a slightly better run of it, I guess. Actually, I don't think they have, because that's still 1 loss, 1 draw, and 2 wins, which is exactly what Bassett did, hence why they're still 5 points apart. So yeah, Bassett's up against Fairford today at home. So we'll see how that one goes. There is actually some transfers to talk about on this side, to be fair. I'm doing that again, aren't I? I want to go into my transfer history. I have signed more players. Well, look, Ducey went, Hamichi went, Truffus went, which wasn't too much of a surprise. He played really well for us, but I just didn't play him enough, if you know what I mean. And, of course, Ascot are now reaping the benefits. But it's funny, I mean, in terms of his recommendation, it isn't very good. Just another example of how sometimes those star ratings aren't exactly accurate. Okay, so if we go back to my transfers history, and we have, yeah, so I told you about all of those. But we brought some players in. We brought in Ryan Campbell, who's an advanced playmaker for our attacking midfield spot since we lost Tarbuck. I needed a bit more depth, but as it turns out, he's probably slightly better than the other guys. You can see 1 appearance and 1 goal in his non-competitive, so that's not a bad start, but he's not played for the first team yet. Due to his condition, really, so we'll see if he's up for it today. He might play. If not, then he won't. We also picked up George Branford from Ashford. Bradford's a central midfielder, preferencing a ball-winning midfielder. Yeah, sometimes, even though it shows them as, you know, he's accomplished on the left wing, I found with these lower end players, it might say he's accomplished and have, say, a natural role elsewhere, but when you go to his accomplished role, it shows his duty as, you know, a full green spot. But not in this case. But yeah, so he's a ball-winning midfielder or a central midfielder. Again, we were lacking in a bit of depth there and a little quality, so that's what he's here for. He's played 2 non-competitive games and, well, hasn't done much, but that's fine. He's more of a backup than a first choice anyway, so we'll see how he gets on. And then there was 2 others, yes. David O'Connor from Ardley, another central defender. Not all that strong, but again, struggling to get hold of central defenders. He's a bit short too, only 5'11". But still taller than me, don't get me wrong, but still, is that the height you really want for a central defender? I just don't know. At this level, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, and then last one will be Josh Baker from Boldmere. Again, another central midfielder, but with a bit more quality in terms of stars. He's played 2 appearances in the first team and scored a goal. Average rating of 7.4 over 2 games. Can't really fault that, can you? So he can stay there as well. But yeah, just a bit of strengthening up, just a bit of filling up the midfield. So I think I mentioned probably in the last episode that March is the youth intake. And sure enough, we have, this is Royal Wootton Bassett's youth intake lot. Again, certain amount of potential. Tailing off towards the end. I mean, crikey, they still look better than some of the players we started with in terms of their star ability. So I haven't really looked or gone in particularly deep with some of these. Oh, he's brave and aggressive. With natural fitness, he might do well. But yeah, we got a real mixture in there, so that's good. And if we take a look at Bicester's youth intake, it's much the same story, although less people showing 2-star ability. Let's have a quick look at here at Jensen Charles. Yeah, typical players for this end of the league, I guess. Well, this end of the pyramid, should I say. But yeah, it looks like some potential is there. We'll see if anything really comes of it, I guess, next season as much as anything else, because any of these that stay may well be getting chance to play in the first team. I think that was one of the mistakes I made when starting to save, is I should have signed less players up front and should have played with what I had, including the youth team, because as I say, I've had some phenomenal performances out of players who realistically should have been rubbish, and I've had some players that haven't done very well who should have a better performance based on their star rating and haven't. So yeah, it's one of those things, but I'll learn. Maybe next time I do this in Football Manager 2020, I'll not go through quite so many trials and signings in the early season, but we'll see. Old habits die hard and all that. Okay, here we go. Royal Wootton Bassett away to Flackfall Heath. Line up of Bullman in goal. Back four of Paling, Miles, Hadfield and Stone. Spetch on the left in midfield with Hendry and Denbury central and Wales out on the right. And up front is Harris and Hetsky. Okay, we should challenge the team to pick up where we left off. All right. I don't know that. Oh, we go. Let's just be assertive and say, carry on where you left off. And see what the assistant wants to add. Nothing. All right, kick off. Here we go. Royal Wootton Bassett in the blue and yellow, or blue and with yellow socks, and Flackwell Heath in the red. So yeah. Oh, I didn't also talk about the fact that I've changed my tactics for Bassett. I've put him on direct counter attack. Oh, look at that. Harris on the far post, and it's a goal. Well played, Harris. That's a good one. 1-0 up in under 4 minutes. But yeah, because of the fact that wing play started to struggle a wee bit, and plus we were conceding a few goals, I decided to try keep the formation but go direct counter attack. And we won our last match. We're 1-0 up in this match. Performances seem okay. The big deal, of course, is no overlapping wingers anymore. I'm relying on the strength of my central midfield rather than just a wing. Let's get out Spetch on the left wing with the cross into Harris. 2-0. That's his second goal. Well done, mate. I was talking about him last time. He's clearly earned his spot. That's 2 goals this game already. And Hetsky, again, as one of our kids in the youth team, he should have been playing from the start based on his performances. So, like I say, mistakes were made, I think, up front in not trying out all the youth prospects and seeing what I got. But we'll see. Still early on. Spetch is looking nice at 7.4. Okay. All right. Brooks for Flackwell Heath just puts it over with a free kick. And here Hetsky with a free kick. Onto the head of, oh dear, and there's a penalty. Who's going to take it? Matthew Harris. Go on then, mate, this will be a hat-trick. Good job, 3-0, well done. We've just got an update that Nomads are 3-1 up against Reading City. Nicely placed. Yeah, Harris is having a good game. 10th goal of the season. Okay, Fatai, missed. Free kick, Flatwell Heath. They just seem to pop up out of nowhere. Bless them, they've not had a shot on target yet, and we've had 6 shots with 4 on target, which is pretty good. I'll accept that. And we're 3-0 up. Oh, they're pushing us a little bit here. I should probably... Let's get creative, because we can score more goals, can't we? Come on. Oh, don't be pressured. You're fine. Actually, has a point. I wonder if getting creative on a fairly rigid structure of direct counter-attack is why they're frustrated. It's like, well, we're supposed to be not doing that. Well, there you go. 3-0 up at half-time. Good God, they fouled us silly, but that's fine. We appreciate your efforts. I'm very pleased with your performance. Keep it going. I don't know if I should be making any subs at this point. I think I'm going to leave it as is. Nobody particularly stands out as being knackered apart from Hendry, but that's because he's about 1 billion years old. Just like me. Technically, he's still younger than me by a couple of years. Well, it'd be 3 now, so there you go. Back to the match. Okay, kick off with Bassett. Miles to Denby. To Hendry. And look, even number of shots each. We're still uncautious. Bullman with a goal kick. Nice high one out towards the right, picked up by Wise. Oh, Wales intercepts the header. Puts it forward to Hetsky. Hetsky's on a run. Goes solo. Stewart with the save. Diallo now for Flackwell to Howard to Hook. Hook looking for a cross into the middle. Brooks finds it. And they've pulled one back. I think I'm going to tell us to tighten up a little bit because they just pass that through us, really. Look at that. Hook. Straight over. And Brooks kind of standing on his own there. I'm not going to say it was a great goal, but it was a goal, nonetheless. Okay, you were frustrated, were you? I tell you what, let's show some passion then. Maybe that's an option. Fezji, oh, well saved, Bullman. Doy, well saved, Bullman again, and he missed a rebound. That could have been 3-2, I'm glad it wasn't. Brooks with the corner, into the middle. Oh, free kick to Wootton Bassett, must have been some naughtiness. Calm Bassett. Still 3-1 up, 75th minute. Looks like they're trying. They've certainly improved on their number of shots, etc. Okay, it's Horsted for them on the ball. Pass it to Brooks. They're just mucking around in their own box at the moment. Horsted. Long ball forward there for Baker to chase. He has to be offside. No, he wasn't offside. That's 3-2. Good God. I'm going to have to go. I'm just going to go very defensive because I don't want to concede any more. Concentrate, boys. Paling. Denby. Paling with a long one forward to Hetsky. He's holding on to it. Back to Hadfield, out wide to Wales now on the wing. Wales with a little run. He's dodging around. And oh my goodness. I was about to say, tries for a long shot and fails. Nope, he scored it. That's a fabulous goal, Wales. I don't know if that's a reflection on their keeper or just a bloody good shot by you, but look at this. Here we go. Cuts in. Long ball. Look at that. Couldn't ask for more, could you really? Well played, mate. 4-2. And that's it. Basically, a couple more minutes, but Bullman with a free kick, and they're all wandering off. Free kick, goal kick. All right, that's good. Matthew Harris with a hat trick, and Liam Wales got one. That wasn't a bad result. Well done, boys. I do appreciate your efforts. Bicester at home to Fairford. Kurtzmere in goal for Bicester with Price and Pirana Asana making up the back four. 2 central midfielders of Higgins and Baker. On the left is Ramsey. On the left wing, central attacking midfield, Mr. Whelan. On the right, Hardiman. And then up front, Mr. Kavanagh. Now, I just want to quickly show you him. Out of our youth team, 16 years old. And he's played 3 games, 1 goal, 1 assist with a lovely average rating there. So he's basically he's kind of earned his spot for a bit. So we're going to see how he gets on. Alright. Anything we should say, anything we would say would overcomplicate things, so I'm not going to say anything. What do you want to say? Nothing. Nobody wants to say anything to anybody about anything, so kick off. Bicester in the red and black, and Fairford in the blue. Fairford with the kickoff. Sims, where does that name ring a bell? Sims, I don't think he was one of ours. Well, Bicester pressing a little bit. 2 shots, 1 on target. Oh, Hardiman off the wall. Ramsey with a follow-up. There's a little dip, nothing too exciting. Off a free kick. Kavanagh is apparently apprehensive. You'll be fine, don't worry. Barry to Debrick for Fairford. Now Debrick to Loanu. Then they're keeping possession, looking for a long ball. Picked up by Piranha. Hardiman grabs it. Asano puts one forward. There's nobody to chase it, really. Regis passes back to May for Fairford, who hoofs it forward up to Sims. Sims puts it out wide for Spalding. Spalding with the run. Takes a shot. Not a bad little effort, but a little high. Okay, come on, Bicester. Why don't we get creative? Instead of being nervous and apprehensive, let's go for a hoof. It's funny, they concentrate and their focus attacks up the right side, and we should put ours up the right side and just keep the ball away from them. Asano now. Doherty picks it up for them. Asano. Hardiman. Higgins. Out wide to Asano again, who's overlapped with the cross. Ramsey. 1-0. Danny Ramsey, 13th goal of the season. Well done, mate. Quite happy with that. Not happy with the yellow card, but, you know, these things happen. So, yeah, Asano with the beautiful cross in. Ramsey boots it in. Keeper might have been able to save that, but I'm not going to criticise them. I'm just going to be pleased with our goal. So 11 shots, 4 on target. We could do with having a bit more on target. I think, you know what, Kavanagh, we're at half time. There we go. Kavanagh's coming off because he's not doing great, bless him. He's had good games and he's played well, but he's not doing great today. So let's give him some encouragement. I don't think get complacent out there is right, so I'm happy with your performance. He's got nothing to say. All right, let's go into here. Okay, Mr. Kavanagh. We're going to have to bring on Mr. Difford now. I'm pretty sure that Mr. Difford, whoopsie, is also from our youth team. Oh, maybe not. He's only 21. Again, 1 stars. I think he was in the under 23s. But yeah, he's not done bad. 3 appearances, 2 goals for the senior team, and 6 starts with 4 sub appearances for non-competitive with 4 goals. So we're going to bring him on. He has scored. He's done all right. It's important to use all your squad as much as you can. Who else is struggling, if anybody? It's not too bad. I think I will let things run along as they are. I mean, Danny Ramsey's not really playing his best position here, but he's doing all right, so I am not going to argue with any of that. All right. Difford to Whelan. Price. Long ball forward. Yeah. Just the opening one. Just here. Sometimes something comes of them, but not very often. So, Bicester pushing. Everybody looks happy. Oh, Bicester corner. Hardiman into the middle. Difford. There we go. That's why we brought him on. 3rd goal of the season. Nicely taken. Is Difford a tall guy? I can't remember now. No, 5'9". It's not bad for a little fella at my height. 5'9". There we go. Hardiman. Boom. He wasn't marked very well. I think that's the thing. You could argue the defenders should have done better with that, but oh well. Okay, throw in now from Barry for Fairford. Barry to Bean, to Debrick, to Bean, to Debrick again. It looks they're kicking it around Barry. Oh, that's either took a deflection or charged down. That's Burton for Fairford with the pass back to May. Oh dear, bad touch. Difford, look at that. That's a poacher's goal? No, that's pressing forward's goal. He dispossessed him or took advantage or whatever you want to call it. It's a goal, and I liked it a lot. 4th goal of the season for James. Look at that. Open net. If he'd have missed that, I'd have been really upset, but I don't think that could happen, really. I think May's going to be a little bit upset with his performance there. Yeah, 6.5, bless him. That's fine. Come on, Bicester, 3-0. 70th minute. Mr. Baker's disinterested. Well, what do you want me to do? Take you off? I think we're just going to leave it as is now and let you play on, because not a lot happening. Price to Whelan. Out wide to Hardiman. Hardiman now with a run forward. Got Sano on his right. Sano now cuts into Whelan. Looks like we're pushing back. Baker. Back to Piranha. We're going to go for it. Oh, yeah. Curtis Meir. Big ball. Nope. Just up to Anne. Back to Curtis Meir again. Curtis Meir, don't do the same bloody thing. Oh, we got away with that one because their striker hit the post. But yeah, that was pretty much the same thing as what just happened. Whelan, the Sano out on the right. He's looking for the cross. Gets a deflection. It's going out for a throw in. To be taken by... Oh, we're not going to see. Hardiman with the corner. For Bicester into the middle. Difford, no. Piranha, no. Cleared only as far as Asano. Again, hoofs it back up. Bean now for Fairford on the left. Puts it forward to Sims. Sims in the box. Goes for it. He actually had some support there. I think he would have been better at crossing, but I'm glad he didn't because he didn't score. Sano for Bicester. Out to Hardiman on the right. Hardiman cuts in to Higgins. Higgins puts a ball forward for Sano to chase, who cuts in. Cross to Difford. Difford just puts it over a little bit there. Good effort. He wants his hat-trick, I'm guessing. There we go. Full time. Bicester 3, Fairford 0. No change at the top. Still 5 points different. A lot of fouls there from Fairford and slightly less from Bicester, but 17 shots on target. So yeah, well done, boys. Good result. Your efforts were excellent. I'm very happy with the result and the way you played. Let's finish off with a bit of a recap. Not really a lot to tell you. They both won the games quite consistently. Bicester 3-0. Well, I say consistently. 4-2 for Bassett. It was looking a bit iffy there towards the start, but that's fine. They came out on top, and that's what I like. And of course, Bicester 3-0. Bicester stay top. Still a 5 point difference between them and Bassett. And how long have we got left now? Let's have a look. We're getting towards the end of the season here. Look, we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games left. Well, Bicester have got 8 games left. I assume it's the same for Bassett. Coming back in March, gonna do the Bassett game another little shorty again because I'm curious to see if there's a change and Bicester this time comes out on top. Be interesting to see. Other than that, I will probably be back. Well, if not for April, then maybe for May's and the final game of the season at Windsor. Not at Windsor, sorry, with Windsor at home. Sorry, Windsor away to Bicester, Bicester at home. But let's have a quick look over at Royal Wootton Bassett schedule. Okay, so they've got 8 games as well. It's exactly the same. Their last game is against Longlevens. Which I might just wait for because, yeah, other than obviously the little derby game that's coming up in a couple of games, I think that we might just leave it to the end of the season unless something dramatic happens, which I don't think it will. I mean, we've got 3, 6, 24 points up for grabs. Whoops. Whoops. Competition. There we go. Yeah. 5 points in it. 8 games to go. Anything can happen. Lydney, they're still, well, they're 6 points off second place. So from 3rd through to about 6th, it's fairly tight. They're not too far away from one another. Well, I mean, but once you get up to, we're a good 6 points ahead of 3rd place. And Bicester being another 5 points, that's 11 points away from. So I don't think, I mean, there's enough points going around, and if our form was bad enough, people can catch up. But it's either going to be a Bicester win or a Royal Wootton Bassett win for the title, I think, this year. And based on current performances, I would probably suggest Bicester are the team to do it. But we'll see. Anything can happen. If you enjoyed that, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for regular Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.